Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Asa Heru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, pass it on to somebody who might like it too, and drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And stick around to the end of the video because I am going to read some of my favorite comments from previous videos. All right, so I'm going to make this quick. This is going to be a quick video because I still have to record one more video for you guys. So there's a Sagittarius woman that has a question for me. She was in a relationship with an Aquarius man, Sag woman, Aquarius man. Very common combination. She said that because of the show, she wanted to see how their compatibility was when they first met about 2 years ago. So what she did was she did a compatibility chart on Astro.com. And this will tell you your possible compatibility with another person. So she put in their information and they got back that they had a high compatibility, like high. She said that she was so happy. She was like, oh my God, she was so happy that their compatibility was good. So she was thinking, okay, I'm in the clear, and she threw herself into the relationship. Now, the Aquarius man engaged in the relationship, but he wasn't really throwing himself into the relationship. So she, after, she threw herself in, a couple months went by, a couple more months went by, they talked about it, and they ended up breaking up. And she said to me she doesn't understand what happened. She said our compatibility was so high. They said in the chart, in the compatibility report, that we might have like one problem, and that one problem was very fixable, very, they could do something about it. But she said that they would have petty fights, they had a lack of communication, and that he was ultimately unfaithful, even though he promised her and actually told her, this was the part that killed me, he told her he wanted to be monogamous because she's a polyamorous person. She wanted to have an open polyamorous relationship. He told her he wanted to have a monogamous relationship and then cheats on her. So she wants to know, since their compatibility was so off the charts, like 99%, how come this relationship did not work? And what I have to tell you is that compatibility does not dictate that your relationship is going to work. Compatibility means that the two people have compatible energy, cooperative energy. So if two people are compatible, they might have more of a chance than two people who are not compatible. So like, for example, in this case, we have a Sag woman and an Aquarius man. That's high compatibility depending on what their charts are. But let's say you have an Aquarius woman and a Capricorn man, okay? You got low compatibility there, but it still doesn't mean it won't work. The same way it doesn't mean if you have high compatibility that it will work, because it takes more than compatibility to make a relationship. It takes compatibility, it takes communication, it takes trust, it takes all of these other things than just compatibility. Compatibility, you can think about it like a pie. Okay, you go to the store, you buy a sweet potato pie, get you some whipped cream, and you cut it into 8 slices. The first slice is compatibility. The other 7 slices are the other things that I mentioned, such as communication, trust, those kind of things. So if you have the one slice, that's good and all, that's a great slice. But the other 7 slices need to be there. And in this case, this Aquarius man didn't have the other 7 slices. You guys had the compatibility, but he's fighting and arguing with you. She said there were petty fights that he would pick. So he's picking these fights to create distance between the two of you. Whenever a person makes petty fights, it's to create distance between you, or it's an attempt to drain you, drain you of your energy. And these are the two I can think of, because it could be other reasons too. The third one I could think of is resentment. They're resenting you for something that's not being stated. So petty fights goes back to a larger problem. All of this leads back to him having a lack of communication. Then he was unfaithful, so he's not even trustworthy. So you're dealing with somebody who has no integrity, because he could have had an open relationship and did whatever he wanted, but he didn't want you to do whatever you wanted. That's what that whole monogamy thing was about, because he obviously didn't even want monogamy. He just wanted you to be monogamous. So you have somebody with a lack of integrity, somebody who cannot communicate, and somebody who has some kind of emotional thing going on with these petty fights. So out of your pie, you have 3 slices gone already. So that means you have 1 slice. So 3 slices are gone, that leaves 5, and you have 1 that's good, okay? And the other 4 were yet to be seen. So my point is that compatibility is only one factor. You can't base your relationship on your compatibility report. The compatibility report says you guys have potential. These are the things that could possibly go wrong. These are the things that will probably go right, depending on how the two of you behave. So your mistake wasn't the compatibility report. Your mistake was jumping into a relationship with both feet with only compatibility. It wasn't enough. You needed a lot more information than that before you gave your heart and soul to this person. Therein lies the problem. Okay? So that's the deal with the compatibility. It's just an indicator of cooperation, but it doesn't state that you're going to have a perfect relationship or that it's even going to work. Okay? So remember that if you got a person that's mentally ill or something like that, or problems with their emotions or things like that, all that compatibility is not going to help certain things. Like, and for instance, in his case, his lack of communication, compatibility can't help with that. He would have to go choose to learn more about communicating effectively. Okay? So don't worry. Someone else will come along that you like a lot more. All right. Positive comment number 1 is from Miss Jadeja. I hope I said that right. I can agree Aquarius are generous, which is amazing because us Libras generous too. Funny enough, that's also how I realized my ex was selfish. His reasons would be logical, but I felt I was giving more than I was given. My Aquarius ex wasn't a bad guy. We just have different love languages. Yeah, and if you have different love languages, that's not necessarily a problem. But if you have different love languages and are unwilling to learn the other person's, that's when it's a problem. So if mine is giving gifts and yours is acts of service, I can't just keep giving you gifts. I have to do acts of service. And you can't just keep giving me acts of service. You have to give me the gifts that I want. Little trinkets and roses and stuffed animals and jewelry. Those are the things that say love to me. So if you give me love in the way you know, it's not going to work. So you're 100% correct about that. Now, Kalia Harris. Kalia said, when a person is receiving so much hate like Ellen, they obviously mean she is doing something great. Keep having your boundaries in place and the universe will show you who people really are. I stand for it and hope Ellen continues to remain unbothered with all of the foolishness. And Kalia makes a lot of great comments. Hey Kalia, thank you so much. Thank you for commenting. I really appreciate that. I agree. I agree with you 100%. Ellen, I don't know if she's mean or not, because that was the whole point. I don't know if she's mean or not, but I doubt it. I could be wrong though. She could be mean as a rattlesnake, right? But the point of the matter is that that's something that only she knows that. that's something in your heart, you know. And if she's not really mean and this is just a bad rap, I do hope that she's unbothered. If she is mean, this is a opportunity for her to rethink it, right? All right, guys, come back soon because I got so much more to say. See you later.